guys, hey. So we just got to the airport and it's so empty.
I think we can all agree that this year has just been a complete mess, specifically March of 2020. This is when all of our lives kind of flipped upside down, at least here in America. And to give some context on how my life specifically changed, let's go back a month so you can understand. These are my friends and I on top of a mountain in Tennessee, enjoying our last weekend together before I moved back to Orlando to start my new live event production job. I had the awesome opportunity to work on a Nike private Super Bowl event. It was so secret that my boss told me that I couldn't say or post anything about it.
But I think he was saying that because the Super Bowl was that weekend and they didn't want anything to come out before that. So I think it's okay. It's been 7 months, so.
A few weeks after that, Corona made its way to the States and basically all hell broke loose. Everything got shut down, people were getting furloughed, I lost my job, and I even spent my birthday in quarantine, which was not even that bad. While everyone was going all Game of Thrones for some toilet paper, I was being a good Samaritan
And stayed at home in quarantine. But by the first couple minutes, I was over it and I wanted to leave.
I started to binge watch so many travel YouTubers, and then I immediately thought, I should be traveling the world right now.
So my plan at first was to go international in January. But besides Trump not letting anyone out of the country and no one basically wanting anything to do with Americans, I decided, well, I should travel domestically. But then I didn't want to wait till January, so I called my friends, and with some last minute planning, we booked a trip and we decided to call it our Chicago Midwest Corona vacation.
So I woke up one morning looking shinier than the donuts from Krispy Kreme and walked into my kitchen, made my breakfast smoothie, and got in my little Chevy Cruze and made my way up to Tennessee.
Ooh, I thought I hit someone.
I met up with my friends Davion and Shanice, and we made our way to the airport to catch our flight to Wisconsin. As soon as we arrived at the airport, we noticed how a complete dead zone it was. There were probably like 6 flights leaving that day. Granted, this airport is very small and it's always empty, but as soon as we arrived at Milwaukee, we noticed the exact same thing. After making our way through what felt like a haunted airport, we met up with our 4th and final member, Camille.
Don't get run over, Camille.
After screaming and taking a couple Insta stories, we were all finally united and ready to begin our vacation.
I'm riding solo.
We traveled for about 2 hours from the Milwaukee airport to the Wisconsin Dells to check into the Kalahari Resort, where we would call home for the next 2 nights.
What the hell?
There we go. It's open.
Before I close.
We so dumb. Go ahead.
After being surprised by every little thing that we saw, we took a quick break and rushed to Walmart because we only had 2 hours left to explore the resort before they closed.
So we just got back from Walmart and we got all of our food and things, and now we're going to the pool. But I'm gonna show you a couple things, so yeah, let's see.
Making our way through the Kalahari Resort, we passed by several restaurants and sections that sold food. The only way to enter the water park is through the locker rooms. So you walk through the locker rooms where everyone's changing and showering, and then you finally make it into the largest indoor water park in America.
For like us being in a world pandemic, there's a lot of people. Everything just smells like buckets and gallons of chlorine.
We quickly noticed that we were the only ones, or at least I was the only one wearing a mask. And at that moment, we thought it was a little crazy. But then, now that I think about it, it's probably impossible to swim with a mask. We met up with some awesome subscribers who didn't know me at the time, but now they do, and they're faithful viewers. So shout out to you guys. Though we were short on time, we were still able to do a lot of fun things, like hang out in this bar area that was in the pool, and we were able to get on some really fun rides. After the water park closed, we went back to our hotel room to change and then went to go explore the indoor arcade area, Tomfooleries. have masks, but everyone else doesn't. So I guess it's not like mandatory yet, so we don't know. I don't know. People are just living their lives without it, and no one seems to be telling them anything. So we're just gonna continue with our mask and keep protecting ourselves. We continued to play at tomfooleries until they closed. Soon after, we ended the night at a restaurant because we were in for a big adventure the following day. And you don't want to miss it because in the next episode, we are visiting the world's largest water park.
This is a welcome to Wisconsin.
Exactly, welcome.
Shout out Midwest.
Right, to the mid. Oh, I cracked.
Have my eyes always been that big?
Yeah. You remember that one time they got so puffy and swollen? I thought you were a Muppet.
Ooh, ooh. Hey, Charlie, hey, pop that, hey, ooh,